So it's been a while since I've made a video about LiAngelo Ball. And to be completely honest, it's been a while since I've made a video at all. But for me anyway, LiAngelo Ball is a really just kind of intriguing topic because he was a guy who, coming out of high school, if everything had gone right, he could have made an NBA team, and who knows, he may have even been one and done. I've been doing a lot of research on him, trying to find where he is now, and I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos, and they all kind of end with he didn't make the G League, which, to be honest, I already knew. There's not much new information out there. However, I did come across a video by a channel called Stunted Growth, which is actually a channel with about 1,000 subscribers, maybe less. It's blocked, but to be honest, one of my favorite basketball channels, probably for getting actual insight on basketball, one of the best, so I will leave a link to this channel in the description. And he did a great job of breaking down a lot of kind of the basketball reasons why LiAngelo Ball ended up not making the NBA. And that's something I'm not going to really touch on in this video. So if you guys want to know a lot of the kind of basketball reasons, the ins and outs of why he may not have made the NBA, you should watch that video. I will leave a link to it in the description. But in this video, I'm going to be more so talking about the decisions that were made by him and by VAR. I'm not sure who actually made the decisions, and why I think more so than his actual game, his ability to play basketball, why just it seems like he made the wrong decision every step of the way since leaving high school. And I think that more so than anything, they are the reasons why he hasn't made it, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But before we get on to the main part of the video, I'd just like to say sorry for not uploading. I will try to upload 2 or 3 more videos this month, then get back on track, maybe getting out 4 or 5 videos a month, 1 a week, maybe 2 a week from now on, just so that I can kind of get back on track with this channel, because I kind of burned out after Daily December and burned out even quicker this year. But I have been uploading on a second gaming channel, so I haven't just completely vanished. And also, we are only 3,000 subscribers off 100k. If we could hit that even by June, that would be insane. So if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. We are not that far off the biggest milestone I think I will ever hit on YouTube. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. So coming out of high school, we knew a couple of things about LiAngelo Ball, and there was a lot of unknowns. We knew that he was able to score while taking a lot of shots. We knew he was able to play in a zone defense, which is irrelevant for NBA pretty much. We knew that he can shoot the ball quite well, and we also knew that he was a big kind of guard forward type hybrid. He was good at using his body. He used his size and his strength quite well. He could finish inside, he could take people outside, and he was a versatile scorer. They were the things we knew about LiAngelo Ball. And to be completely honest, there are an awful lot of players at the borderline NBA level that have all those skills, but are also more athletic, maybe even taller than LiAngelo Ball. So what we really needed to find out about LiAngelo when it came to him being able to play at the NBA level was if he could fit into a team, if he could actually play defense, because it wasn't a question that people said he couldn't play defense. We didn't know if he could play defense. And that's one of the things that I always say about LaMelo Ball. The thing with LaMelo Ball is that I personally don't think he's got a major future in the NBA, because I don't know, it's just kind of a feeling I have. But at the same time, he could, because we don't yet know if LaMelo Ball can play defense. We don't know, because he hasn't tried. He plays his own defense, he goes for reach around steals, he lets people go by him and plays great help defense in a zone setting, but we don't know if he can play defense. And it's the same kind of thing with LiAngelo Ball. We didn't actually know if he could play defense. But it seems like every single decision that LiAngelo Ball has made has kind of deterred him from being an NBA prospect. And I'm not even talking about him leaving UCLA, because him leaving UCLA to go to Europe, I don't think in like the general thing of going overseas would have harmed him that much, because of the specific things that LiAngelo Ball needed to show after leaving high school. But the team he went to, the whole scenario around it, just became a complete disaster. And everything since then has been a complete disaster. So let's take it back to December of last year, when LiAngelo Ball and LaMelo Ball decided to join Vitautas. Vitautas were one of the most dysfunctional clubs in all of European basketball. They were coached by the guy who was known as the Lithuanian Ball, who only a month prior to them signing, literally gathered his team, took them off the court, and stormed out of a game mid-game to forfeit. That is something that actually happened with that coach. The coach was crazy. And Vitautas, the club, allowed both Ball brothers to join, which I assume that's the only reason why LiAngelo went to Vitautas. I assume he could have gotten to a better team himself, but it's just obviously throwing in a 15, 16-year-old LaMelo Ball against grown men. Not a lot of clubs would take that. They also pulled out of a second league that they were playing in, a second pro league, in order to play big baller brand friendly challenge games. It was so dumb in terms of actually, especially LiAngelo, in terms of getting him ready for the NBA, and a lot of people thought it was a smart thing. They were playing against 15-year-olds where LiAngelo's putting up 50. And that was the type of thing that a lot of people kind of in the social media scene thought, oh great, LiAngelo's balling over there. But anyone who actually knows basketball knows that was the worst possible thing he could have done. Because again, he didn't actually show any of the things that people were looking for. All he did was show the scouts more of what they already knew. They knew he could do that well. When he went and even played in the LKL for Vitautas, while he himself offensively was solid, LaMelo struggled a lot, took a lot of bad shots, and was deemed uncoachable by a crazy coach. LiAngelo honestly shot the ball well. At one stage he was the top scorer in all of the LKL. Had a solid game against Zalgiris, who were the top team in the league, although it was a one-sided game. But Vitautas won one game after the Ball brothers joined. Were actually better without both of them. Even though LiAngelo did well, they were a better team without either of them. So the European trip to Vitautas was a bit of a disaster. And then after that, we all know LiAngelo applied for the draft, which an inevitable thing was going to happen. He lost college eligibility, so why not? He went undrafted as expected. And even though it was a bit of a surprise that he didn't get an offer to play Summer League, he then went and played in the JBA, which again was more of the LeVar Ball brand of basketball. It was more of him taking 45 shots a game. It was more of him not having to play defense, just offense, putting up as many shots as possible and showing scouts what he did well. But the thing is that LiAngelo Ball was not going to be an out-and-out scorer in the NBA. He was not going to be a 20-point-a-game scorer. But all that LiAngelo Ball had to show to at least get a chance in the G League, in my opinion, was that he could fit in with a team. Because LiAngelo's size, with his natural build, if he actually did some solid gym work with an NBA trainer, he could be a mismatch problem. He could score a couple of points here and there. If he had a knockdown jumper as well, you just never know. He might end up getting onto a roster as a role player. Especially if he went and improved his defense and improved his ability to play team ball. However, again, he didn't show any of that. He was put in a situation where he wasn't able to show any of that. Whether it was by his choice or LeVar's choice, it was a wrong decision. And then, after the JBA, he had a chance to go to the G League, which I don't think would have been the best route for him, playing in the G League, because I think he would have struggled initially and then maybe he was done. I think that him not even going to G League trials and playing against like fourth string teams from Europe in the JBA All-Star game or the JBA World Tour was honestly just one of the most stupid things he's ever done. And then obviously when he didn't get drafted into G League, I think that a smart thing would have been for him to look back overseas and go by himself. Because LaMelo Ball obviously went to Spire, but I don't think it would be too crazy to say that LiAngelo could have maybe got a spot on a Euro Cup team. No EuroLeague team. He's not good enough to play EuroLeague right now. That's just a fact. But he may have gotten a spot in a Euro Cup team. He could have been a solid role player, average maybe 10 to 12 points a game. And if he did play with a coach who forced him to play defense, who made him play as part of a team, which is what the case is for the vast majority of teams in Europe, they don't allow Americans to just do whatever they want. They don't allow a lot of players to do whatever they want. They all play in a structure. With LeVar Ball on the other side of the world, I genuinely think that LiAngelo Ball could have worked his way up because he does shoot the ball extremely well. He is a mismatch problem. I think maybe he could have worked his way up eventually in a year or two to playing at a really high level Euro Cup or maybe at a Euro League level. And the fact that Lonzo Ball is actually doing quite well in the NBA this season, if LiAngelo did manage to work his way up the EuroLeague by the time LaMelo was eligible to be drafted, if LaMelo by some miracle works on a lot of his weaknesses and becomes the player that a lot of people think he will be, and suddenly the two of them are in the NBA, LiAngelo's playing EuroLeague or high-level Euro Cup, then a team is likely to take a chance on him. But what he's doing right now is making himself be completely forgotten, making it less and less likely that a G League team takes him. And then, even only 2 weeks ago, he got offered a contract by the London Lions. And I know that if he gone to the London Lions, it would basically neglect everything I've said, because he would have just gone to London Lions, took a load of shots, averaged a load of points, because the BBL is not that high a standard of basketball. It is absolutely nothing compared to EuroLeague, to some of the top Euro Cup teams, and even to somewhere like the LKL where he played in last year. But at the same time, he's barely played competitive basketball, and at least it would have some structure, unlike the JBA. And maybe if LeVar was on the other side of the world, he might have got something out of it. But again, he turned it down because he wanted to play in the G League this season. Does he not realize there is less than a month left in the G League season? He more than likely will not be signed by a G League team. So it's just, I can't understand what's going on. It seems like whether it's LiAngelo himself or whether it's LeVar speaking through LiAngelo, it seems like he's made the wrong decision in everything since he left high school. And a lot of people are expecting me to break down his game. But if you watch any video of people talking about him in high school, the same strengths, he has the same weaknesses. No, he has proven nothing. All he's proven is that he is the exact same player right now as he was when he left high school, which is something that you never want to hear. He's 2 years out of high school. He should have improved, but he hasn't. And pretty much all of that is due to decisions made by whether it's him or LeVar. He has not even attempted to change his game. He's not even attempted to work on his weaknesses. He hasn't attempted to do anything other than exactly what he did for his entire life up to when he left high school, which was only enough to make him a 3-star recruit. Not that many 3-star recruits make the NBA while not improving. Some do. They all make major jumps, not while not improving. But anyway, yep, that is the video. Again, if you want me just to talk about his basketball, just watch a video from 2 years ago, because it's the exact same. He's the exact same player. No improvements made. He hasn't gotten worse, but it's just something that it just frustrates me, because he's a guy who I think could have become a solid role player, because there's certain things that he does very, very well. He's a big body. He can shoot the ball. He can bully people inside, and I think that he could have been a solid role player in the NBA. While probably not a starter, a guy who could come on for a couple of minutes, hit a couple of shots, and I think at his size he could have been a versatile defender, but again, he's made no attempt to even play defense over the last couple of years. But anyway, yep, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.